Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be sharing with you the places I visited in Alsace, France. Starting with Eguisheim. Eguisheim is a small village located at the outskirts of Colmar, just a 15-minute drive from the Colmar town. When we arrived in Eguisheim, we first headed for lunch. We had lunch at Caveau De Eguisheim, which is an Alsace restaurant. We only managed to have lunch after 2 p.m. as during lunch hour, the queues were very long. So we had to wait for about an hour. But before we went for lunch, we actually went to walk around the houses. You can see in this map, Eguisheim is very near Colmar. After lunch, we continued exploring the village of Eguisheim. However, the sky quickly turned dark as we spent about an hour in a restaurant and the sun set about 4:30 p.m. So we went into a pastry shop and they sold very delicious macarons. So we bought some macarons there. There are other stuff as well like cookies. The sky started to turn dark, lights started to appear along the streets of Eguisheim. We continued walking around till it was totally pitch black at about 6 p.m. But however, at Blue Hour, there were many people outside. Actually visited Eguisheim on the Friday, so do remember to come on Mondays to Thursdays instead, because the locals will be out on Friday to Sunday and it will be very crowded. But the lights were very beautiful, and the nightlife was super active. Eguisheim village in Alsace, France was actually inspired by the Beauty and the Beast movie. That is why we wanted to go there, to explore Eguisheim. On day 2, we explored the biggest Alsace village, Colmar. Colmar is actually a town right in the center of the Alsace region. Colmar is very walkable. However, we were there on a Saturday and it was actually very crowded. To make things worse, it was raining. During lunch hour at Colmar, it was actually very crowded. So instead of queuing up outside the restaurant for 2 hours, we basically headed to Colmar's most popular tourist attraction, which is the La Petite Venice in Colmar. Colmar has a small little Venice and a city center because there's a river going through the houses. By the light rainy showers in Colmar, there were still many people out there though. But we didn't have umbrellas, so we were a bit drenched. I saw some people wearing raincoats. We visited Colmar during winter, so the sun actually set very early and it was super cold, around 3 degrees on average. Time flew by very fast and it was 2 p.m. so we decided to have a break indoors for lunch. And this is what we ate, more Alsace food. After lunch, we continued exploring Colmar. We walked around the town of Colmar and enjoyed its beautiful houses. It reminds me of the Beauty and the Beast movie a lot, as the houses in the movie are very similar to the houses at this village. We also walked at the Collegiale St. Martin de Colmar, which was Colmar's Gothic church. Sun started to set, light started to appear on the street, and there were some light displays shown on the house, which was very interesting. After the sun set, the lights in Colmar started to turn on and appear on the streets at around 5 p.m. and wow, it was very beautiful. We also walked around at night and took some pictures with the lights. I recommend you guys to actually take a train to Colmar. You can actually take a train from Freiburg, Germany, from Basel, Switzerland, or even from Paris, France as well. There's a direct train from Strasbourg to Colmar as well. However, if you would like to drive, feel free to drive. But I'll explain why driving might not be a good idea later in this video. After we continued exploring till 7 p.m, I had a light dinner because we had a heavy lunch. So I had hot dog for dinner and cup noodles basically. So we went back to our apartment, and after that, that's the end for day 2. So it actually took us 1 day to explore Colmar. On day 3, we actually first headed out to Kaysersberg in the morning at around 10 to 11 a.m. Here is the view of Kaysersberg. It was a very beautiful city and not as crowded as Colmar too on a Sunday morning. It took us roughly around 2 hours to walk through the entire village, and after that we decided to head to Ribeauville for lunch. However, we were very shocked because when we wanted to visit Ribeauville, there were so many cars parked outside, at least 1 to 2 km outside the village. So if we wanted to walk to Ribeauville, we would literally had to walk on foot for about 1 to 2 km. So it was not a good idea and we had to take a detour. So we decided to head to Riquewihr, which was another town in Alsace, France, which is actually very famous and beautiful. However, we could not visit that town due to the same reasons. Look at how many cars were parked outside the village. There were so many, and the village is at the horizon over there. So it would take about 15 to 20 minutes to walk there. So we actually took a detour to Hunawhir, which was another town located in between Ribeauville and Riquewihr. So we just made a pit stop over there and enjoyed the towns and the quiet scenery. And we head for lunch. We ate lunch at Bergheim. As you can see just now, we had Alsace food. After lunch, we actually walked around Bergheim for a while for 20 minutes. And the houses were actually quite beautiful. I wonder why there were not many tourists over there. Next, we went to Château de Haut-Kœnigsbourg. Château de Haut-Kœnigsbourg is a medieval castle located in the Vosges Mountains just west of Alsace. It was used by successive powers from the Middle Ages until the 30 Years' War when it was abandoned. From 1900 to 1908, it was rebuilt by the German Kaiser William II. Up to today, it is a major tourist site, attracting more than 500,000 visitors a year. It took us about roughly 2 hours to walk through the entire castle. I recommend you guys to take a taxi or drive up because there's no train stops near there, as you have to walk up the hill, or you can take a bus up as well. Let's fast forward the video to 2 days later, because after I visited Colmar, we actually went into Germany to explore the Europa Park for about 2 nights. And we spent 1 day at the Europa Park, which I will share with you on another video. So please subscribe if you want to see that video. After 2 days there, we actually went to Strasbourg, France, which was the northern part of Alsace. We actually went to this park where you can walk from France to Germany. So the park was actually called Jardin des Rivers Park. This was actually the Rhine River that we saw. It was very cold over there, so do remember to bundle up if you are going. After we visited the park, we headed straight into Strasbourg city center, where we walked around for a bit. We also managed to take pictures at the Cathédrale Notre de Strasbourg. We couldn't go in as it was super crowded. But after taking a few pictures over there, we continued exploring Strasbourg. We also visited the La Petite France, which was Strasbourg's most popular tourist attraction as well. And there were many people over there. We visited Strasbourg on a Tuesday afternoon. Price, it was actually still very crowded over here. There were many tourists out on that day. Did you know that Alsace was once part of Germany as well? Yes, in 1871, Alsace was annexed to the new German Empire, following its victory in the Franco-Prussian War. Germany occupied Alsace till 1918. That was when Germany actually was World War I and they had to give back the Alsace region to France for compensation. As we saw this river, there was a boat actually going through it. It was actually very interesting because there were gates. When the water level rises, the gates open and let the boat go through. However, after the gates close, the water level drops on the other side. When the sun set in Strasbourg, we also visited their Christmas market as we went in December and continued shopping in Strasbourg. Feel free to take the tram in Strasbourg as it is very affordable. If you drive in, you have to park at the city center and the car park gets full sometimes. As the sun set, we actually walked back to the cathedral to see the light up, and wow, it was insanely beautiful. After we went to the cathedral, we had dinner as well. More Alsace food. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.